you don't like me if you don't like black women.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Fair Yeast. And today, there is a young white woman who wears dark lipstick who is defending black women against black men like crazy. What? So guys, you will not imagine what she has to say, but let's find out.
Round one.
Don't owe me trust. Black women do not owe me the benefit of the doubt. White women have a very long and sordid history of dealing with black men, especially ones who have money, ones who have fame, using them, and then dipping out when things get hard or when push comes to shove. And you know who's always there, who's always been there? Black women. In intersectional movements and fights for equality, as soon as white women get rights, that's when the protests stop. We have left black women behind, regardless of the fact that they have been the backbones of those protests, of those equality movements. White women are constantly crying victim and stabbing everybody in the back. So, of course, black women are going to defend themselves, defend their safe spaces, defend their men. Why is that a bad thing?
All right, guys, so yeah, this is interesting, right? So she does say some things I agree with, that black women are left, outside of movements and white women kind of overtake them, like with the Me Too thing. I definitely can agree with some of the things she's saying. But, the whole thing about when black men get with white women, the white women leave them and take all of their money. I just don't know how true that is, because when we look at black women and marriages to black men, those marriages divorce at around 70 percentile. But when black men and white women marry, the divorce rate is like 20% less. So honestly, I believe that she's saying this because, number one, it's looking at her. She dates black men and she has a guilty conscience about the fact that she dates black men and black women. She wants to win their support because, black women are threatened by her because she's white and some dudes will figure that she's attractive. But after all this ass kissing, black women, listen to this, she's still gonna be f***ing a black dude and you still gonna be mad. Next round.
Round two.
There's an alarmingly large amount of black men on dating apps that I match with that will proceed to say with their whole chest that they only date white women because black women have too much attitude. Yeah. And I used to go back and forth and be like, no, that's not gonna fly. And point out how wrong that is. But I found a better fix. Go on a date with them. Go on a date with them and cop an attitude. Throw a drink in their face. Do something crazy. Cause a scene. Be extra as hell. Do I have to acknowledge my privilege and that I'm going to be seen as the crazy white bitch instead of all white bitches are crazy? Yes. Do I have to acknowledge my privilege and that nothing of negative consequence has ever happened to me? Yes. But it feels good. He might think twice.
I will be fair. There are a lot of black men on dating apps that might match with white women like her that will complain about black women. Now, again, I want you ladies to understand that you sisters that she's defending y'all, she's taking away y'all black men. Because it's obvious all she most likely dates is a black man. But I want to get back to the situation. I don't agree for black men to go on, the social media apps and look for white women and say that, black women, the reason why I don't date them is because they have too much of a bad attitude. If you're going to date a white woman, just let it be about the fact that you're dating a white woman. But she's trying to say that, black women don't have attitudes. Boom. Like, some black women don't have attitudes, but how many times have I proven on this channel that maybe, stop the show. Maybe I'll just put up some of these Tinder posts in the background so you'll believe me. How many of these women in Black America are on dating apps with personal attitudes on their dating posts, on their dating profiles, telling Black men what they need to do, what they should do, you know, despite they may have kids and things. So yes, that attitude for some sisters does come out. But why does she have the need to always talk about that she has privilege because she's white? Your privilege because you're white is the reason why you're matching with Black men. Okay? I mean, like, understand that do you feel guilty because you're dealing with Black men all the time? And this is what Black women would like. Some white woman to acknowledge a very liberal play that, hey, you know what? I acknowledge that, you know, I have privilege and you don't. But at the same time, I'm competing with you for your man. But I will admit, being white is helping me get there. All right? And that's what you're hearing. Making a lot of excuses for Black women. And for some of their situations, not all Black women act like this. But we know that there is a stigma that, you know, all white women have a better attitude and Black women do not. But I do agree a little bit here. I'll give her like a 3 out of 5 on this post. But let's go to the next round.
Round 3.
You don't like me if you don't like Black women. You like that I have thicker lips. You know who made thicker lips popular? Black women. You like my body. You know who made thicker bodies popular? Black women. You like my attitude. You like my style. You like my taste in music. Do you like my personality? Because you know who taught me to be better? To think more? To wake up in my mindset? Black women. You don't like me if you don't like Black women.
Okay, so let me kind of get to this point. All right. And I just want to talk to you about this. She is kissing too much ass. Black women wake you up in the morning. Are they God now? Shout out to Young Pharaoh. All right. Listen. Okay, you love Black women. I get it. But guys, when somebody is, you know, too nice or too good to be true, it probably is. So my motive is, why are you on TikTok trying to kiss sisters' asses like this? I'm gonna tell you what it's about, family, and you guys have heard this. She has a guilty conscience because she's taking dudes from sisters. Now, she may have grown up around Black men. She may have grown around Black people. But this is a guilty conscience, guilty by way of success. Because these dudes want her. And she feels bad, like that they don't want, the guys that want her don't want sisters. But let me just say this, okay? Some of you brothers out there, and this is what I just don't get. You will go around talking about how you don't want a Black woman in your life. But then you go right to the white community and date somebody just like this. Who is out there with the dark lipstick on, the makeup, looking like a sister, talking like a sister. And I'm talking about, when I mean a sister, the ones that y'all are referring to, y'all are talking about the ghetto ones. I'm not trying to say that she's ghetto, but that's what y'all will say. All right? Y'all will say that they are hood and you can't deal with them and all this type of stuff. But meanwhile, when you go to the other communities, y'all come up with her. And you bring her to the barbecue like, got me a white girl. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
If you don't go sit your feeble ass down, okay? If you want to get you a white woman, go out there and go get Vanna White back in 82 from Wheel of Fortune, something like that. Vanna White. Shout out to Vanna White. I never really liked them like that, but Vanna White could get it, okay? But back in my days before I got converted, shout out to the pro-blacks, all right? Get you something like that. Marilyn Monroe, okay? But y'all don't go do that. Y'all go look for the same kind of chicks that you can find in the Black community. And this is the problem I have with some brothers, because you will go out there and get a Black acting person and, you know, some of y'all have a problem with the trans and the cis, or they call it what, transracial. That's all y'all do. You will talk trash about black women all day and then go get somebody who's acting just like one. And then what do you get? The same outcome. All right? She be out there thotting it up, dealing with different dudes. You know what I'm saying? Hanging around the same women that you don't want to be around. And what that shows is that a lot of brothers in this interracial dating space, not all, but some of the brothers out here who say they date interracially, they don't date sisters. Most of these guys are relegated to dating women of other communities that have low standards. So wherever you go, there you are. Okay? If you come to anywhere in the world, Germany, you go to Russia, you go to Africa, you're still dating the bottom of the barrel in their community, because that is really what some of these guys are. And you think that because you're dating somebody white is going to be right. And then you have to get this particular lady on the line to kind of confirm to you, like, yo, if you deal with me, even though she is kissing ass, you are still dealing with a black female prototype that you're trying to get away from. So before you come and mess with me like that, just know I'm gonna still give you that work. No, I'm not gonna be the valley girl, and I'm gonna tell you why guys don't go for the valley girl in the black community, because you can't get them. Most dudes don't even feel comfortable. Drop off the average black dude in Malibu with the white girls there, or go to Munich, Germany, where the rich white girls are. Most of these brothers will not even say that to them, because you feel like you can't get them. And most of the time you will be right. But if you see the one with the big old stupid booty, you know what I mean, with the dark lipstick and the braids, you like, oh yeah, okay. I mean, a white girl. Just because she's white, don't make it right, family. So guys, that's my time. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at again another episode of Fair Use. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first clip at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.